What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alpha Skies, and in today's video, I want to go over a couple of major points that I think are worth discussing with the new competitive format that we're going to be seeing in Season 19. But let's go ahead and discuss the first major point that I think we need to discuss, and that is skill-based matchmaking, as it will be active in the new ranked playlist that we will be seeing, and whether or not it's something players should really be afraid of. And obviously, this is something that is not going to be implemented exactly accordingly to how it may be worded in this week at Bungie. This is something that is definitely subjected to change, so don't be too afraid or worried that this is going to absolutely be how stuff is going to be. This is definitely something that they can adjust along the way. So first, jumping into skill-based matchmaking and why people are so afraid of it, because obviously there are a couple of reasons, some of which are very valid in terms of use in a competitive playlist, and then others in which I don't think are very valid because, again, it is a competitive playlist. So taking a look at the concerns of individuals that I don't think matters near as much, yet again, as it is a competitive playlist. The first being that people are afraid that they're not going to be able to play this playlist with their friends. And again, with this being a competitive playlist, I think that's just something players are going to have to accept. We all have those friends that are insanely good at PvP and significantly better than we are. Trust me, I am not very good at PvP, but I have plenty of people on my friends list and in my clan that are phenomenal when it comes to the PvP in this game. And I just have to accept and understand that when it comes to a skill-based matchmaking format, I'm probably not going to get to play with these individuals on these because I'm just going to be dead weight. And although I absolutely do think that that is a very valid point when it comes to the casual playlist with control and different things like that, we've seen a lot of backlash from that recently because, again, it is just something that does put you in a position where you really can't play with a lot of your friends. But I do think we're going to be seeing some changes to that in terms of the casual playlist, especially when this new competitive format comes out in Season 19. So with the actual competitive divisions and stuff that we have, I don't feel like that is a very valid complaint, and I think people just need to understand that we have friends and stuff that are better than us, and we just need to be okay with that. Another complaint that a lot of people have voiced when it comes to skill-based matchmaking is that they don't like that they feel they have to sweat or try hard pretty much every game that they get into. But again, I think this is completely fine here and perfectly okay to be implemented into this because, again, it is a competitive playlist. It is supposed to put you up in matches that are supposed to test your abilities and push you to your limits as much as it possibly can so that you can either strive and improve or decide that you are happy with where you're at and that you don't want to climb anymore. There is one major complaint that I do particularly agree with when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, and you're going to see it especially when it comes to getting into those higher divisions in the PvP brackets, and that's going to be that you are pretty much trapped using the meta weapons. You're not going to be allowed to be as flexible as you would probably like to, or use a lot of the weapons that you enjoyed very much, because the PvP environment for Destiny 2 is changing drastically all of the time, and obviously that is going to result in a meta shift. And so although you may have a lot of weapons that you enjoy using in a game like this where it has such a vast array and variety of weapons, you're probably not going to get to always use the weapons that you particularly want to. That does come down to weapon balancing, and although I do feel that it is obviously unhealthy for something like skill-based matchmaking, and unbalancing is just unhealthy for a game in general, we have to again understand that there is such a vast array of weapons and stuff in Destiny 2 that it's pretty much inevitable that we are going to have a bit of unbalancing and whatnot when it comes to weapons inside of PvP. One thing that I am personally worried about when it comes to the new matchmaking, however, is whether or not it is going to actually feel like it is a laddered division climb, or if it is going to feel like it is actually just strictly skill-based matchmaking. And what I mean by that is, per se, you're a player that is a phenomenal player and should probably place more on the higher end of the bracket, but end up getting stuck in some relatively rough placement matches, maybe getting stuck in silver or even bronze, and then ultimately still revolving around the fact that you have skill-based matchmaking, and you're just stuck losing matches because every match feels like it is a 50-50. I just personally don't like that we are being told that it will be a skill-based matchmaking-based environment, but then also led to believe that it is some form of ladder climbing division, and I feel like they need to be a little more transparent, or at least a little more specific about that, just so that we, the players, have a little bit better of an idea in terms of how the matchmaking is going to feel. But this is something that I think ultimately at the end of the day, we're simply going to have to wait it out and see how it actually performs upon release. But I do have to say personally that, especially with it being a competitive-based playlist, I think skill-based matchmaking fits perfectly fine here, and people just simply need to be okay with where they are placed and understand that if they want to be in higher brackets or play with other friends that may be better than them, that they need to go ahead and put the time and the dedication in themselves to reach that skill level. But feel free to let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments down below. And according to my YouTube analytics, only roughly a little bit over 1% of my viewers are actually subscribed to my channel. So if you're hearing you enjoy these videos, go ahead and feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button down below, as it really helps me out a lot. But my name is Alpha Skies, and I will catch you guys in the next video.